All right. Good evening, everybody. Info Sam here with another update on what's going on here during the afternoon. The wind event that we had been forecasting all day long and today's red flag warning certainly led to an increase in fire activity. Nice column stood up, the wind laid it over, and we had quite the ember wash come out of that down over the Ruth Lake area. So, had considerable fire growth off of the main fire here along the Pickett Creek drainage towards Pickett Peak, and as the column laid over, it was carrying embers with it into the Ruth Lake area. There is fire on both sides of Ruth Lake, East Ruth Lake and West Ruth Lake. Firefighters, the night shift and some of the day shift folks that are still on the fire line, they're in the area. Their life and property are the priorities right now. So they're making sure that folks are evacuated out of the area. They're doing structure protection and point protection best they can where they can take opportunity. Firefighters are engaging. But people need to understand that this wind event is now going to last through the night and into tomorrow. It's going to remain dry. What would normally be a good relative humidity recovery, especially on the ocean side of South Fork Mountain, with these strong winds, it's just not going to be able to develop. A dew is not going to be able to develop. The wind is moving too quick. I'm not as articulate as our fire behavior analyst, Chris Moore, but Chris is telling me the chance of a wetting dew tonight isn't going to happen. And so we can expect this increase in fire activity to last through the night. So if you're wondering, sitting in an evacuation zone, whether you should go or stay, you should probably go, especially if you're hesitant. Reach out to your neighbors, reach out to the people that you know that need some special care and a little help to get on down the road. So please, people need to be looking out for each other. The east side of Ruth Lake was underneath a evacuation order. People who had remained in the area, I asked them earlier this afternoon to please go. The warning on the west side of the lake, people needed to be prepared for when I did announce that there was an order for that, people needed to go. The way to leave is to go north towards 36 and then exit out towards Humboldt County. With the way the wind was pushing out of the east and pushing the fire and will continue to do that through the night, there has been an increase in the evacuation warning for Humboldt County. And so Trinity County put this area, of course the color's not right, our GIS folks are producing new maps right now, but this is the county line here between Humboldt and Trinity County. This is all in an evacuation order. We're asking people to please clear. Here in Humboldt County, this is an evacuation warning, but as the winds continue through the night and into tomorrow, Chris is telling me to expect these winds up until noon tomorrow now. We're going to need to reevaluate this along with Humboldt County to see if this needs to be included. So please pay attention. Please tune in tomorrow morning and let's see where we are. But for right now, this is going to remain a warning. Pay attention to the Humboldt County Office of Emergency Services in addition to the Trinity County Office of Emergency Services. Their Facebook pages and their websites are going to have the current information. They're the ones that are in control of that message, and we just carry it forward. The Zog fire up here at Igo, this was a new start today. It started mid-afternoon. CAL FIRE responded for initial attack with air tankers, and it has now grown to nearly 7,000 acres. This is how quick fire can grow in these windy, dry conditions that are still prevalent throughout this area. With those winds that pushed the August Complex fire, it's pushed the Zog fire towards our wild ranch, and we also had firefighters spiked out here. A lot of the overhead personnel and non-essential firefighters, managers like me, were moved over to us where we are here in Redding, and a lot of the firefighters were moved up to the fairgrounds in Hayfork. And you folks in Hayfork, I know that you're trying to get something together to help the firefighters, but rest assured, when they left Spike Camp, they have everything with them that they need. They have their food, they have water, they have their sleeping gear. This is something that firefighters are always prepared to do, is they need to move. And during the pandemic here, we really need to be careful about exposing our firefighters to other people. And I don't mean this in a rude way or anything, but we really need to, one, protect our firefighters from the fire, and that's why we moved them from ahead of the Zog fire, but we still need to ensure their safety with the pandemic on. Sick firefighters cannot make it to the fire line, so please, I understand your generosity and your eagerness to help, but who really needs the help are the volunteer fire departments that are going to be here long after we leave for this. Being able to help those departments is going to build a much more robust initial attack for the folks that are around here. So if you want to help, that's really where the help is needed. Also, where help is needed is folks who have been evacuated and are looking for someplace. There are shelters available. Contact the American Red Cross. They're providing vouchers for folks, and this information you're going to find on both counties' Office of Emergency Services websites. So we're going to wake up tomorrow and see where we are. Overnight infrared mapping surveys will be taken to give us a good idea where the fire is. The night shift is going to be out on patrol looking for places where the fire has occurred and where it has moved to. I can't stress enough that if you're concerned about what the fire is doing, the best thing to do is to get out of the way. If you have animals to move or something like that, I would err on the side of caution and move out of the way. Help me, Mike, here. Is there anything I'm missing for tonight?
No, I think we're good. I think it's all about tomorrow morning.
We'll see what we find tomorrow morning. We'll have updates available here for first thing in the morning. We'll have our operational briefing here for our firefighters, which will give me an idea of what the night shift has done and what the plan is for tomorrow. And just as we have been each morning prior to this, we'll have our operational update. We'll have Kale back in here out of the field for another live breaking it down, and we'll keep you informed tomorrow morning. So we still have firefighters out in the field. We're paying attention to where the fire has moved to. I'm still checking messages here as they come in. It's a dynamic situation, so please pay attention, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning. If you're putting questions on Facebook, I still have my info shop here paying attention to that, and as we get information, we're posting it. So stay safe, think of your neighbors, take care. We'll see you in the morning.